Museum is opening a new exhibit designed specifically with them in mind. Mark your calendars for the grand opening on Saturday, December 13th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. On site, meet Love Nebraska volleyball players, including Lincoln's own Jordan Larson. Plus, the first 100 kids will receive a mini volleyball. Please note, fans must have a child with them to enter the museum. While you're there, be sure to check out the new Rock Wall, Book Nook, and Maker Studio. This event is free for members or included with regular daily admission. Learn more at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley.
Defending Terrell Farley,
Who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. It is Friday. Good Sense Friday is here today, December 12th, 2025. Bock, as I was just fiddle-faddling, whatever we call it, on my phone today, I ran through some curious takes that my Spotify gave me my 25-year in review.
25? Okay, the year interview. I thought you said 25 years.
Yeah, for 2025.
Yeah.
All my music. Guess how old Spotify say I am, Bob?
They have a guess?
Yeah, my listening to age.
I don't know, because you do have a variety on there. I'm going to say they think you're 26.
24.
Nice.
I wish
That's
I
a
could
good
go.
Spotify age.
I wish I could go back to 24. I'd be a 8-year senior.
Yeah.
At the University of Nebraska, because I would take over 2 more years of JUCO. You know what I'm saying?
Back to JUCO,
yeah, I would take them 2 years.
That's right, yeah.
You know, I would do the pavia on them too. So, you know, Buck, it says I'm 24 years old. It also says that I listened to 750 songs this year.
750 different songs.
Yeah.
Okay. Different artists you have on
I'll give you that.
Yeah, I like the stats. I don't use Spotify myself. This is kind of cool.
My top album that I listened to is I listened to it for 357 minutes.
Okay.
Shiesty Season by Pooh Shiesty. I'm a Pooh Shiesty. I like Pooh Shiesty. I'm sorry for that type of music, but I like that type of music. I'm from the South. So, but one more thing is that my top albums that I listened to this year, they got the top 5. Pooh Shiesty's number 1. Kevin Hart, What's Now? You know, I like listening to comedy.
Okay, stand up, yeah.
Coming Out Hard by 8 Ball and MJG. That's number 3. On Top of the World by 8 Ball and MJG. And Seriously Funny, Kevin Hart. They're my top 5 that, you know, I listened to. It said I streamed 6,528 minutes of podcasts.
6,128 minutes.
528.
Okay, 6,528 minutes divided by 60. Let's see how many hours that is. 108 hours.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
That's not too bad.
That ain't
about
bad.
4.5 days of the year.
So
yeah.
it has my top 5 songs, Bob, that I've listened to last year. You know, I'm a repeat guy. You know, I hit the highway a lot.
It's the same 5 songs.
Yeah. SRT by Money Bag Yo. Pooh Shiesty. Dolph, One Scale. I like me some, you know, Dolph. Young Dolph. Rest in peace.
Yeah. You're speaking way over my head with all these guys. I have no clue you're talking about.
So you don't know any of these guys.
No.
So Icy Boys, Bach. That's my number 2 song.
Okay.
Pooh Shiesty, number 3. 4. And again, another young Dolph song.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I like listening. But, I say that because, when I work, Bach, I can't work in silence. Like when you're cleaning a building, you don't want to just hit a vacuum cleaner.
No.
You already got to worry about somebody walking up behind you and touching your shoulder because there's nobody supposed to be in the building but you. So when I do work, Bach, sometimes I just listen to YouTube, listening to some of these guys. They sit down and do those interviews like Adam 22, something like that. I probably listen to videos, but I got to listen to something when I work.
Now, do you ever go back and listen to Bock the Blackshirt?
A couple of times.
You've done it before.
I wouldn't do it an hour, but I'll say probably 5 minutes, 10 minutes. I'm not gonna.
Well, you already know what happened. Yeah,
I already know. Unless unless somebody say, "Hey, man, you said this," then I probably know. But nah, I don't rarely go back in.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's a big, for a lot of people out there that work long days and have the opportunity to listen. I think we're probably high on their list. Hopefully, maybe not on Spotify.
Yeah, I've been in the store with a lot of people lately, and they just say, "You're Terrell. I know the voice." So I don't know. I thought I had a pretty sexy voice, but I guess I got a old man Graggedy voice.
That's unique enough. People will recognize it. Yeah.
When I say that, Bob, I say that because I try to keep tabs on everything I do. I've hit the 3 million mark in walking for the year, so 3 million steps. That's a lot of steps.
Yeah, I have no clue. Clue.
So I was averaging probably 110 a week sometimes. So, sometimes it was higher than that. It depends the volume of work I'm doing.
Now, is this on your phone or is this on like a watch?
This is on my phone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, sweat coins.
Maybe I should test it out. I've never tried that.
So, I just take technology.
Yeah.
Technology plays a lot. All right, Bach, I don't know if we should say this. All right, let's go. Volleyball tonight against Kansas. Seen a lot of girls walking around here. Who's the other teams we got in town? I've seen some of the other players from what teams are here.
Yeah. Well, Nebraska will be playing Kansas this evening, and then Texas A&M and in Louisville.
Yeah, seen a bunch of Louisville girls this morning. Tall. They're fighting for a spot for the Sweet Elite Eight.
Elite Eight. The winners tonight will go to the Elite Eight, and then they'll play the Elite Eight Sunday and decide who goes to the Final Four.
All right. So,
which Nebraska's, by the way, got Kansas. Never lost to Kansas. 88, and 0 of all time against them. So that makes you feel pretty good.
Now, Kansas coach made a joke.
I saw that.
Said the Big Ten was soft. I think it got back to some of the players. How would you treat this game tonight, Bach, when we asked that? Would you let that be your poster board stuff, or do you blow it off?
I mean, I'd have to look into it a little bit more. I saw some of it as the headline. I didn't listen to it specifically because that's got to be a joke because the Big Ten is not soft. I mean, so it's got to be kind of saying that as a joke, especially in going up against a Nebraska team that's undefeated. So I don't know. I mean, if it was serious, maybe poster board, but altogether, I think you just keep your eyes on the prize if you're Nebraska. I asked Mandy Munson about this because she had played for Nebraska, of course, at a different time in the 90s. But I always find it interesting that, the pressure of playing Nebraska volleyball is that an Elite Eight year is a down year. I mean, you are expected to go to the Final Four. You're expected to play in the national championship. And so I always kind of thought, well, that must make these days pretty heavy, right? I mean, everything you've been working for leads up to now. And now, you've got to follow through and get it done. So you got to be thinking, and she told me no, because that's the expectation and the expectation that they carry from day to day. The minute you sign to moving forward, so it doesn't add any extra pressure. It's just, it's just always the expectation. I'm sure the similar thing could be said about Nebraska football in the 90s.
Well, even though it was a joke or not, Bob, I think it was a joke, but why would you want to piss them girls off, Bob? That's probably one thing you don't want to do to Nebraska volleyball team, especially the most, going for one of the unique things of being undefeated the whole season.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Probably a little strategy he's playing.
Well, and they kind of ask, where to attack. I mean, there's not a weakness on this team. It's tough. I don't know what you do say, but mostly, people have gone through these press conferences and not necessarily had anything that gets to us, right, to where we're talking about it. So it is what it is. I think Kansas is about as heavy underdog as you can be in this tournament going up against Nebraska. So try something different, I guess. Trying something different. And Creighton, by the way, has already moved on to the Elite Eight. So we'll see. They've got Kentucky coming up here tomorrow. So some of these, some of the Final Four will be decided tomorrow. Kentucky will take on Creighton, and Pittsburgh will take on Purdue tomorrow to decide the Final Four. Again, now you got to decide the Elite Eight this evening. That's when Sunday those matchups will be announced. Looks like Nebraska, one way or the other, would be playing if they do win tonight, either at 3 p.m. on ABC or 7:30 on ESPN Sunday evening.
But when we talk about how many does the Bock the Vantage Center hold?
I think currently around 8,500.
I think they should make it bigger, Bock.
Well, they are actually. I thought you were setting that up.
I think they need to make it bigger. They're making it bigger, Bock?
They are. They're expanding to 10,000 seats.
10,000. They need to be 30,000 for those girls. Bock, if they had 30,000 seat arena, they would sell out every game, Bock.
They might. I mean, it's 30,000 is a lot, but I mean, Nebraska volleyball fans are crazy.
About 90,000 for an outdoor adventure, more than the football team has. So you telling me that if you don't do 30,000 people, that helps out the volleyball team and it helps out the University of Nebraska.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely costs that go along with 30,000 seat arenas. And
come on, man, stop making it.
One of their events you put in there.
This is what we need to stop doing, Bob. We need to stop making it look like all these colleges are broke. And they're not. These schools have money. They have generational wealth, Bach. They got money. They still holding on for the 90s, Bach. You know, we need to stop falling into this trap that these schools are really broke. These athletes are not broke, Bach. They're walking around here. They're eating good. They're driving good. You know, everything good, Bach. You know, we live like caveman compared to these kids today. You know what I'm saying? Like I rode around on a dinosaur or something while these kids are riding around in SRTs. You know what I'm saying? Barely out of high school, and they got $80,000 cars, Bob. Come on now. Who's broke?
Yeah, I mean, I get that, but I would say, you know, as opposed to, you know, expanding beyond that, is that Pinnacle Bank Arena holds 15,500. They've had some events there.
Go 20. Go 20. I'm just saying, Bob. You talking about the most prized possession that we have right now at this university. No, I'm not taking this away from basketball, period, but these girls have done it year after year after year after year for the last 20, 30 years. Not just, you know, there haven't been a fall off in basketball. If we don't make it to the Final Four, that's considered a bad year for us, Bach, and they've been doing it for years.
Yeah, it is incredible. So I guess that's fair. You have your sights set on a bigger arena, but they are expanding to 10,000, and every seat will have drink holders. They're replacing every seat, so that will be interesting enough. So, but it should be more of a kind of a fun environment. There's going to be VIP and club space as well that will be added, courtside seats. So I think they're going a little bit in between there, making sure that it's still a tough ticket maybe to grab here in the city of Lincoln, but also going to be able to charge a little bit more for some of those courtside seats and VIP and club seats and all that. So they're finding a way to make some money off this Nebraska volleyball craze. I'm
just saying, Bach, I need some volleyball gear. I'm gonna start wearing volleyball gear. I'm gonna be like Rico. Rico's a volleyball.
That's
dad.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. I should try that.
Can you all the terms for volleyball?
I sure don't.
Yeah.
I don't know one word.
Well, that's okay, because I think I don't either. Obviously, we both work.
I know
here.
what a spike is, and I know what a serve is.
Yeah.
So I know what a block is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got a few of them.
Yeah.
But that's part of the fun, is everybody kind of learning along.
I just know you can't touch the net, and if the ball touched the net, is that what considered the other team ball?
See, now you're getting into the specifics. I'm not really sure. I'm just learning along as we go.
I'm
just
a great.
cheer.
I'm an okay volleyball player. I mean, I used to play a couple of times a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Good serve. I used to put the spin on it.
Oh yeah.
Hit it with the palm of my hand real hard. You know, speed, just like bowling. Just roll it just throw it right down the rack, just fast as you can.
Could you return the serve pretty well?
I doubt
that
I
difficult.
could.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
yeah.
were difficult. Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to hit me in my face. Those fighting words after that, Buck. I can't. You know, at least in football, you got on a helmet. Volleyball, you just get smacked in the face.
Supposed to tackle each other, yeah.
Yeah, so I want to leave that. I'm going to leave that right.
Did you ever try spiking? You'd have to jump up pretty good. You're a pretty good athlete, though.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good athlete.
Yeah.
You know me. I probably got about a 20-inch vert now instead of 30-inch vert. I'm 50. I don't want to be limping around here like somebody I know.
That's right.
All right, Buck, let's go to break, and when we come back, I want to talk about John Butler. He said something, not John Butler, Phil Snow.
Phil Snow.
I got a clip I want you to hear. We're going to talk about Phil Snow and what he said about the Blackshirts defense. It's not good, but we'll talk about it when we come back. Bock the Blackshirt, we'll be right back.
Put away your sleigh. The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back, and you could be dashing through the snow in a 2025 Ford Bronco, or be one of 5 winners of $1,000. From now until January 20th, just enter non-winning Merry Money Holiday Scratch tickets online for a chance at a new SUV. Bronco is a registered trademark of Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of the sweepstakes promotion. Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
This Saturday, December 13th, create your own sale at Baumgart's. It's our big bag sale, and you're in control of the savings. Grab a bag and take 20% off all regular priced items that you can fit inside. Toys, tools, clothing, decor. If it fits in the bag, you save. It's the perfect chance to stock up, finish your holiday shopping, and stretch your dollars even further. The Baumgart's bag sale, this Saturday only. Some exclusions apply. See a store associate for details.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high of just 34. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies remain with light winds, low around 16. And tomorrow, a chance of snow in the morning. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies be breezy and cold with the high of just 17. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
John's Plumbing in Lincoln reminds us no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, and courageous than our United States Armed Forces. Many of them will not be home for the holidays. Send them a military care package. Let them know that they are now and always in our thoughts and prayers. Visit sendacarepacagetoday.com for more information. This from John's Plumbing in Lincoln, family owned for over 22 years. Call 402-475-2599. Merry Christmas.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here a roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at koppelcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with roof credit.
The clock's ticking at Landmark Implement's annual inventory reduction sale. For a limited time, get 2.9% financing for 18 months, followed by 6.35% on selected equipment, including air drills, combines, planters, sprayers, 6 through 9 series tractors, and windrowers. No auction, no waiting, just direct access to the machines you want, price to move. Inventory won't last, and neither will these rates. Visit your nearest Landmark Implement or shop online at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Nutrition Authority presents Fusion 30, an ultra premium protein powder ideal for anyone wanting to look, feel, and perform their best. Fusion 30 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. Stop in today for a free sample, visit with a certified nutritionist, and get better than internet pricing. For store info, visit mynutritionauthority.com.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning now. In our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contests, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Barrett.
Excavating.
Shout out to our sponsor, Bauer Underground, and the whole crew out there working through Omaha, Lincoln, and surrounding areas. All right, Bock. I was doing some homework and I was looking at a video of Phil Snow, who's actually the defensive coordinator for right now. He's a longtime Matt Rule defensive coordinator. He's been with him at Temple, also was with him at Carolina Panthers, and he's been on Nebraska coaching staff for the last 2 years. Started as a analyst who did phone calls with Rule about the defense. He's the interim defensive coordinator right now. He met with the media Friday, Bock, and he talked about Nebraska defensive issues, especially in the finals 2 games. He said that people aren't in proper gaps. Their eyes wasn't doing what they're supposed to do. He said some of the guys at times didn't even know what the call was. This is coming from a guy who coached against the Nebraska team in 1996 that beat Nebraska 19-0. At Arizona State, he was the defensive coordinator.
That's right.
That year. And he said, we got to play at a level that we're capable of. I'm trying to get 100% out of all of them. That's the non-physical thing. He talks about how hard you play that doesn't take talent. He says that he even got Matt Rule back into coaching a position group. And listen to what he said about. Play that clip.
Worked with Coach Rule a long time. So I told him he's got to put his hat on backwards and get out here and start coaching the D-line again. So him and Simpson have taken the tackles. It's fun to see Coach Rule coaching again. And if I was the D coordinator here, he'd be coaching every day, the D-line. That's wherever I've been with him. He coached the individual with the D-line in some of the drills. He's a hell of a D-line coach, and that's what he should be doing. But I'm not the D coordinator anymore. So after this game.
Buck, I like that old guy when he talks about that. I think Matt Rule should at least attempt to be at a position thing to coach. When you talk about Tom Osborne, who was his own play caller, Matt Rule doesn't call plays. He doesn't. He coaches. He's the CEO type of coach. He argues with the referees the whole game. That's what I've seen so far. But I think when we talk about him helping out, especially a group that he came up learning, when he was not the head coach, he was a defensive line coach. I think that's a good thing because that's when he played in college. I think he has the coaching experience to at least be there for a session or two, then do his walk around, then be the coach. I've seen plenty of times that you can say that Coach Osborne was the offensive coordinator because he called his own plays. He spent most of his time with Tommy. I can tell you that. He was a quarterback guy. He spent most of his time with the quarterbacks, but he still did his walk-arounds through practice. But his coaches was capable of running their own show. When you talk about the things that Phil Snow said that, players not lined up right, players in the wrong gap, players too close to the ball. It makes you wonder about position coaches. Now this is one reason I think we have to change a lot of things,
Well, it's interesting too, because you mentioned the other day, you don't necessarily love how they rotate so much, and that was a big part of Coach Tony White's philosophy. They did that a lot, and there's certain positions that can rotate more. But when you think about having guys in that, if you're admitting they didn't know what they're doing on that play, like, okay, should we focus more on at least getting that base knowledge down, right? And one or two guys, or we need to shuffle in, a 3-man rotation here. So I think it's interesting to kind of obviously you get a different set of eyes on a different view of kind of what's been going on. It doesn't take a genius to kind of figure out that Nebraska's defense did not play well against Penn State and Iowa, but it is Coach Snow's job to figure out why and where can they make that gap up. And so, it kind of reminds me a lot of what Bill Bush did when he stepped in, and when Mickey Joseph took over and Eric Shenander was let go as defensive coordinator. Because if I remember correctly, it was a lot of kind of just simplifying thing. It wasn't more kind of throwing a bunch at you. And of course, Holgerson's had the same philosophy. They come in with this giant offensive playbook, and he wants to cut that down quite a bit. So a lot of the time we're seeing just the successful coaches get back to the basics and simplify. And that's part of kind of what you're looking at too here with what they're trying to get done, putting Coach Rule back in there and Coach Snow is just kind of get the basics first. And then from there, obviously you can kind of run different stuff off of it, but you got to make sure, I mean, it's tough to hear that there's folks that didn't necessarily know what was going on in a given play. As you know, in football, that can be deadly. If one guy doesn't know, then you're getting in trouble.
Well, Buck, I've said this all year long. I thought I was crazy, but now it seems like I wasn't crazy. Phil Snow is telling you the same thing that I've been saying all year, Buck. They're lining up wrong. They're not going through the right gap. They don't have any technique. They don't use their hands. They're lined up off sides. You can't be physical doing the wrong things. And this is just the front seven, Buck. No telling how the back five was. I mean, back four, when we talk about this, this is basically individual stuff that should be held accountable by the individual coach. Like Terry Braden, maybe that was a good fire. Maybe he wasn't teaching them right. Maybe we need to look at the linebacker coach. They play wasn't up to standards when you think about what we had. We talked about a Marquise Watson trend. I think that was not a good move. Sounded like it on paper, but he couldn't play in the Big Ten. Vincent Shavers had a down year. Not his fault. Sophomore blues. You got to have one bad year, I guess.
But for all those guys on the front line, it's about, we had kind of a base idea of what Vince Shavers could certainly be. It was supposed to be his breakout year, not a down year. Cam Linhart's still a guy I think looked best 2 years ago, his freshman year compared to now. So it's about, look at those guys. And again, individually, how many guys took gigantic steps forward? How many guys took steps forward at all? And I think that's why you're seeing some of the moves being made.
How much can we blame a coach if a player doesn't want to develop? I mean, sometimes you have to think about the player not giving his all. Maybe they're not eager to learn. Like I was so eager to learn because I wanted to get on the field fast enough, and coach knew that. I mean, he didn't put me out there the first play of the game and say, hey, we're just going to let you start the season off and start and go. No, he fed me little by little, Bob. He made me more greedier. He made me want it so much more that I had to learn it, Bob. It wasn't like, okay, we got one play for Terrell, throw him in there. No, I've started going in from the second play of the game to the first. I was in the next play after the first play until finally I started. And that's because I wanted it just as bad as that guy who played in front of me wanted it. And I think these guys got to learn that. And I say you got to have better competition when you talk about guys getting relaxed and guys getting comfortable. Javen Wright had a great year, but not up to his standards. I know he didn't. I mean, I seen plays, Bach, where the play go to the right, and their first step is forward into the hole. You can't cross over, Bach, as a linebacker like that. You can't shuffle, go
I
like
thought it
that.
was shuffle, go.
Yeah, I'm saying, but you got to have the right technique when you talk about playing defense in the Big Ten. And first steps are everything in college football, because that second step, once you off beat on that first step, that second step is going to be even worse. So now you got to worry about getting crack blocked. Then you got to worry about getting blocked. Most of the times linebackers don't get reached. Sometimes you get reached. So, just hearing Phil Snow say things like that, I think this next defensive coordinator need to have his guys that he believes in, that can develop players, that can get everything out of them in practice. Because if you ain't tired at the end of the day of practice, Bach, you ain't did nothing. So, and I think that what we need to do is just change how we practice habits. Individual drills need to be a little more designed. Give them more time in individual and make them work on the things, their craft, what they need to work on as linebackers. Step drills, bag drills, rip drills, getting off block drills. I mean, you might have to go down and do inside drill. So it's certain things you can do to get this team ready, because it could be a good team. I mean, I know we're undersized, but we can fix that in the portal. I mean, we have to, because if we go back into the same group as we did this year, Buck, I don't think there's no way we'll be any better in the front if we keep this whole defensive line.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what they do there. Obviously, if they go to a 4-man front, obviously that just gives you more beef up front. A lot of times, when they did have a fourth man, it was a blitzing linebacker type. So that's not going to help all that much in the run game. So that could be a piece of it. But again, you want to see some of these guys develop and see what roles they're going to have next year and where they're going to land. But how much of that gap can be made up? In these bowl practices, like you said, you got to kind of get back to technique. Coach Snow was talking about, again, people being in the proper gaps, having their eyes be where they need to be, and just kind of knowledge of what you're doing. I mean, if you don't know what you're doing on a given play, not only might you be out of position, but you're compare that to somebody that knows what they're doing and is aggressively trying to make a play. I mean, that can completely swing what you're looking at, and obviously, as we know, one play can change a game, or at least very much change a drive, which can change a game. I'm interested to see what they do. They've got a lot, I think, promising on that front line. Kate Peachock, I thought looked pretty good at the beginning. Williams Winery looked pretty good at the beginning. They kind of tapered off as the season went on. Keona Davis was a big name that returned for Nebraska. Obviously, Riley Van Poppel. I don't know if you got exactly what you wanted out of them this year. So, again, getting back to the basics, working on that technique, and then you're going to have your new offensive or defensive coordinator come in and try to run his system. So it's going to be a very interesting bowl game. I think in the biggest part, a lot of people are looking forward on the defensive side of the ball. Obviously, offensively, you want to see who takes Emmett Johnson's spots and reps. But defensively, this is a pretty darn good rushing team they're playing in Utah. And can Nebraska look different than they have so far against their last couple competition in the Big Ten, with some different eyes on it? And we've seen that before. We've seen Bill Bush come in and step in and improve a defense. So it can happen. And we'll see if Coach Snow and Coach Rule, now as a position coach, can get it done.
All right, Bach, let's go to break. And when we come back, We're going to talk about a Husker, not a Husker, but a portal running back that's had some ties to somebody at Nebraska. We'll talk about that more. Bock the Blackshirt. We'll be right back.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready to make a difference this holiday season? Schwezo Construction and TMCO are hosting a diaper drive December 5th through the 19th. They're collecting diapers, pull-ups, and wipes to benefit TMCO Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Drop off your donations at Schwezo Construction, 93.7 The Ticket, Pine Lake Self-Storage, or White Elm Brewery. Together, we care for our community. For more information, please visit Schwezo Construction's website or Facebook page today. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Every home is different. Every family is different. So when it's time for a new heating and cooling system, why not get what fits you best? Get the perfect fit with Bryant. Maybe you need higher efficiency, better humidity control, increased warranty, or all the bells and whistles. Bryant provides options in warranty, features, comfort, and efficiency while maximizing savings. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing, 467-1111, or visit BryantLincoln.com. Bryant, whatever it takes.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills Global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more. The top-ranked Nebraska volleyball team is trying to play its way to the Final Four in Kansas City. Make your plans now to cheer on the Huskers with a VIP travel experience from Sports Trip and the Nebraska Alumni Association. Travel round trip from Lincoln in a luxury motor coach with free parking, plus an overnight stay at the beautiful Hotel Indigo in Kansas City. See details and register at HuskerAlumniTrip.com. Hurry, spots are limited. Register now at HuskerAlumniTrip.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
93.7 The Ticket is proud to provide listeners with daily opportunities to win contests and prizes on our airwaves, and would like to take this opportunity to remind you of a couple rules. All participants must be 21 or older and must wait 30 days after winning a prize to participate in another contest. Once you win, you have 30 days to pick up your prize at the KNTK Studios, 1040 O Street in Lincoln, or your prize will be forfeited. Thank you for participating in our contest, and thank you for listening to 93.7 The Ticket.
You're listening to Bock the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock The Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. All right, Bock, let's go to a couple of press text groups.
Okay.
7260 says, Phil Snow press conference. He was throwing the coaches and the players under the bus. He's the assistant coach the last 2 years of the season. Then why didn't he do anything to fix the defense? Phil is the assistant head coach. You should have made changes a long time ago. I kind of agree with that he should have stepped in a long time ago when we talk about that. Like, even I seen it, and I stand on the sidelines that I knew something was wrong with this defense, especially when you see the angles that was taken, the players not really being aggressive, trying to tackle, running up sideways to make tackles. You know, that's not football. I mean, even Stevie Wonder can see that you're supposed to tackle head up. So, you know, it's just some of the things you have to keep in mind, that you got to ask yourself, why wasn't he saying this earlier in the year? Maybe he could have helped fix this. Maybe, you know, don't wait until all the water gets in the boat, Bock. You know what I'm saying? Just, you know, you wait till the ship is being sunken to say what was needed to be helped. But, you know, I think that's not a good decision then to be blunt with it and say it. I mean, that's probably turns people against you a little bit to say that you just let it go.
Well, I mean, and it's an interesting conversation and tough to really tell unless you're in the room to see what kind of communication was going along the way. I'm sure there were ideas and stuff being spread a little bit. I think playing the result in trying to get ready for the bowl game, trying to at least be the voice of change, or to be a belief that there is going to be some change in moving forward. Now, I would remind people too, before giving up 37 and 40 points there to Penn State in Iowa, yes, there was a still big problem in the rush defense all along, but I mean, this defense had played pretty well, I guess, until that point. You know, if you look at their other loss, I mean, they give up 30 points once to Michigan before those final 2 weeks. So it all kind of came out at the end. So maybe that's why, you know, you hesitate to make that move. But that's when we talk about sometimes having too many chefs in the kitchen. And a big reason why we thought, hey, there's, you know, this defense could step up, or John Butler should have the help that he needs, is that you've got former defensive coordinator Phil Snow, former defensive coordinator Mike Eckler, former defensive coordinator Addison Williams, and maybe I'm missing some folks, but it's like, okay, there's enough defensive minds in the room that they should be able to bounce off each other. But you know, you need one guy in leading the room, and I think that there was maybe some problem with that the previous year under Coach Butler and of course Coach White. So, I can understand kind of both sides of that argument. And trying to think, if you really worked as a team to put it together, maybe you would be able to get it there. But you're paying the defensive coordinator money to run his defense, to figure out for him to figure it out and for him to get it done. And then again, to this point, again, I'm not saying Phil Snow's wrong. I'm not, obviously they made the decisions they wanted to to move forward and put him in this position. But I mean, you got to say something again to feel like this is not going to finish like those last two games did. So here's what I saw that was wrong. Here's what we can change. And a lot of that kind of going into effort, a lot of that going into, kind of knowing what you're doing out there. Can maybe get at least try to get the most out of these kids moving into bowl season.
Buck, am I wrong for saying that Phil Snow should have been butted in? When I say that there should be some type of conversation where, hey, I'm going to go rewatch the game by myself and write down 10 things that I can hand you every Monday morning to help you, John Butler. I don't want to seem like a coach who's just getting $800,000 to not say anything. And no, it seems like that, Buck, because we've played 12 games. If you knew this in game 3 or 4, maybe a long time ago, Buck, we could have made the right adjustments, put the players in better situation, or even made practice a little bit harder for these players, especially if you knew they was going the wrong way, lining up wrong, in the wrong gaps, didn't know what they was doing at all. So you said we had a bunch of guys that was out there just running with their heads cut off. Doesn't it seem like, Bob? I don't want to call it a bunch of dummies. I want to say a guys just out there running around playing football.
Well, again, I think that's oversimplifying in playing the result a little bit. This was a defense until the last two games didn't give up more than 30 points. And it only given up 30 points once. That's pretty good in the modern age of college football. Now, the schedule, the big runs, I mean, there were problems with the defense, don't get me wrong. But then another thing is, as we look at it here for Coach Snow, who hopes to have the right answers and is giving you how he diagnosed and looks forward. It's one thing to say it, it's another thing to coach it. It's another thing to get it done. I mean, John Butler probably was able to assess, where things were on plays, right? Where, I mean, he's a pretty intelligent football mind. He could probably assess some of this things on his own. He just wasn't able to fix it. So it's easier to address a problem or to find or highlight a problem. It's another thing to fix it. And you could say the right words, but again, you have to go out there and do it to actually get a different result. And that's the challenge for Phil Snow. It's not, hey, did Nebraska play bad defense and did they look bad against Penn State and Iowa? Yeah, I think everybody could kind of see that. Okay, he's given the opportunity now to go out there and change that and to fix that. And it's interesting because it is kind of a big group of those folks that we're talking about that we thought might be able to get to Coach Butler. And maybe, again, we don't know. We're not in those meetings. Maybe part of the reason Coach Butler doesn't fit with this coaching staff, as Coach Riley or Coach Rule put it. Sorry, Coach Rule, didn't mean to put Coach Riley there. Coach Rule put it, is maybe he was less willing to take a little bit of their advice or to try some different things. Not sure. But now you've got Coach Rule working with the defensive line. He's barring Coach Eckler now over from the special teams. Of course, Addison Williams still back there. So it's kind of a lot of those guys that maybe were thought to be somebody that John Butler could lean on. Maybe didn't lean on them enough. Maybe didn't take their words enough. Again, John Butler was given a kind of an interesting task to begin with to run Coach White's defense successfully here without the bodies that Coach White had. So, I mean, I don't think the defensive plan altogether was, as we look at it from now, great to begin with. And I don't think that just because Coach Snow has been able to address or highlight some of the problems mean that it's fixed.
But Phil Snow makes $400,000. 400, according to what I see. 400,000, and you just now speaking. You're just now speaking, Bob.
He's just now given the right to speak. He's the
He's the
defensive coordinator.
assistant head coach. He gave Rule his job. You don't think Rule is not going to listen to this guy?
He called him the Yoda on the staff. I think they listened to him.
I mean, why wasn't he talking? That ain't Yoda-like, Bob. That's not Yoda-like.
Yoda light.
93.7 The Ticket. Bock The Blackshirt will be right back.
The holidays are here, and there's every reason to make Tipsy Tina's Taco Cantina part of your plans. Are you heading to a Nebraska basketball game? Stop at Tipsy Tina's before or after for delicious tacos. Meeting friends for drinks for an ugly sweater get-together? Enjoy Tipsy Tina's variety of margaritas. And if you're not sure about what to get for a gift this year, Tipsy Tina's gift cards are always a great idea. Don't forget about the event space at Salt next door to Tipsy Tina's, all of them located in the Haymarket at 8th and Q. At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
This Saturday, December 13th, create your own sale at Baumgar's. It's our big bag sale, and you're in control of the savings. Grab a bag and take 20% off all regular priced items that you can fit inside. Toys, tools, clothing, decor. If it fits in the bag, you save. It's the perfect chance to stock up, finish your holiday shopping, and stretch your dollars even further. The Baumgar's bag sale, this Saturday only. Some exclusions apply. See a store associate for details.
Are you ready to make a difference this holiday season? Schwiezo Construction and TMCO are hosting a diaper drive December 5th through the 19th. They're collecting diapers, pull-ups, and wipes to benefit TMCO Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Drop off your donations at Schwiezo Construction, 93.7 The Ticket, Pine Lake Self-Storage, or White Elm Brewery. Together, we care for our community. For more information, please visit Schwiezo Construction's website or Facebook page today.
Make Hog Wild the centerpiece of your holiday meal. Pre-order a 4-pound boneless ham for $50, a 12-pound whole smoked turkey, or a 4-pound turkey breast for $55. A complete meal includes your choice of a whole turkey or turkey breast, mashed potatoes and gravy, stuffing, green beans or corn, and a dozen rolls for $130. Pre-order online at GoHogWild.com soon. Quantities are limited. All weights are approximate before cooking. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week, even in the winter months, and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. 8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt.
Terrell Farley, defending Terrell Farley, who last week in his first start was a holy terror. Number 43.
And Jake Bockoven. On air and online at theticketfm.com. Powered by Bauer.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We are on from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. So check us out. Here we go, Bock. Bock, Utah running back Cam Edwards had a breakout season last year. He had 1,132 yards. And now he's exploring some bigger horizons. And Nebraska has quickly surfaced as a
UConn running back.
UConn running back.
Said Utah. So
UConn
yeah.
running back. Nebraska has surfaced as a potential destination for the dramatic running back. When we talk about why this running back, because he was coached by E.J. Barthel. Having a 1,100 running back, 14 touchdowns. He entered a transfer a couple of days ago. He was named as a preseason 2025 Doak Walker Award and selected to the Shrine Bowl 1000. He delivered a standout junior year at UConn. He played in all 12 games and became the program's first running back since 2019 to surprise the 1,000-yard mark. What do you think about this kid, Bock, as you read up on him and stuff?
Well, certainly could be somebody that's interesting, like you said, playing for Barthel before. Maybe still have a connection there. He would be a rental, obviously. Would be just for his senior year. But I mean, he passes a lot of the tests that you're looking for. Not just a one-year wonder. Like through his 2023, 618 yards, 2024, 830 yards in this past season. Like I said, 1,132 yards, all over 5 yards per carry every one of those years. He's got a career 26 total touchdowns. And obviously, when you're playing at UConn, it's going to be a step up in competition when you go to play. Maybe if he did come over to play at Nebraska, but he had some pretty good games here. Still looking for. At least to me, as I kind of look at his game log, as you might expect, some of the tougher competition held him down a little bit more, but. Again, that's to be expected here. Could be a guy that I think if Nebraska did add would be interesting in the running back battle. 5'11", 210 pounds. Like you said, a native of Connecticut. I don't know if he would immediately be a guy that you would say, okay, that's the starting running back. But it would definitely be a guy that is proven. And Nebraska doesn't have anything that's proven at this point in the running back room.
Yeah, but when we talk about running backs in the portal so far, there's a couple of good ones. I know Texas had 2 running backs that hopped into the portal. That was a couple of days ago. I know that Michigan State had a running back that hopped into the portal. I think when we look at that, we have to think carefully about the portal, especially at running back, Bob, because we're sitting here with guys that doesn't have over 100 carries or even 50 carries when we talk about that.
Yeah, again, if you look at Nebraska and Emmett Johnson carrying the ball 251 times, the next leading carrier was TJ Lateef at 27. At running back would be Isaiah Mosey at 19 carries. Ives got 16. Mekhi Nelson got 15. So much different, carrying the load. Are you looking for a guy too? Like Cam Edwards did do a little bit of damage out of the backfield. So you're looking for a guy that can kind of implement what Emmett did there as well. Again, it's just kind of tough to tell. There's a lot of moving parts on offense for Nebraska. They're going to have to go out there and put out, an offense that at least scares you or make you think twice when you're going up against Nebraska, and preparing for them. And a lot of that's going to be, okay, what's, as we know, what's the quarterback going to look like? And then from there, the offensive line. So, I mean, they just got a lot to do in the transfer portal and in just retaining the players that they do have. I mean, right now we look at Ives and Lateef and Mosey and think, Ives and Nelson and Mosey and think, okay, the battle's between those three. And, certainly for this bowl game it is, but the opportunities that we already saw running back in Parker decide to hit the transfer portal. There's nothing to say that you're going to retain all the guys that you have here. I just think, the race or the opportunity to get the running back job is about as good here as you're going to get, at least at the Power 4 level. So if I'm one of those guys, I would think there would be, this is the best opportunity. But if they've, had a year or two with EJ Barthel or this coaching staff and feel like they're not getting what they view as a fair shake, right? Or whatever the case may be, just not kind of clicking there, they might depart. But yeah, it's going to be critical this offseason for Nebraska to replace Emmett and then to see what they can put out there against Utah. Of course, is going to be the battle between those three that we mentioned to see is somebody going to be a leader in the clubhouse. They've got to take that. I mean, if you are among those three and you're getting ready for these, you're in these bowl practices, this is the opportunity of a lifetime. This is your chance to step up and be the starting running back at Nebraska. And all you can ask for at some point is an opportunity. Well, here it is. So it's going to be a heavy part of what they do here. To this point, though, as we know, with this coaching staff and what they've seen, it was kind of, I won't say hot potato because they took their turns. At one time, Ives was the number 2 back. Then same at one time, Nelson was, and then they finished off with Mosey being the number 2 back. So they clearly see something in every one of them. What is it about, their work ethic, matchups, whatever it might be, that kind of stalled that opportunity for them so far? And again, I think regardless, no matter what, you're talking about nobody that has over 120 yards coming back, that you're going to have to get somebody out of the portal. This Cam Edwards could be a guy that, again, could come in here and compete.
All right, Bob. I have the top 10 Heisman, or we have the 5 through 10.
Yeah.
Who came in the Heisman votes. I wouldn't say votes, but top 10 players. Jacob Rodriguez, number 5. How you feel about that one?
Well, it's good to see a defensive player in there. As they kind of announced the Final Four there, and he won the fan vote. So there is that for him. I think it's 7 forced fumbles. I mean, he an incredible meteoric rise for Texas Tech this past year to be the number 4 seed going into the college football playoff. I think that's fair. I like to see it. A defensive player myself would like to see it a little bit higher, but that's fine.
Emmitt Smith, 2nd in fan vote.
Emmett Johnson, that's right. Yeah.
What do they get for that, Buck?
You don't get anything. So I think it goes out as a ballot. Whoever wins the fan vote gets, is going to get one of those as a first place vote and all that. I don't think you get like a PlayStation or anything. I think that's it. It does, unfortunately, and props to Husker fans for getting Emmett Johnson up there, voted 2nd nationally. I don't want to spoil your session, so we'll see if he comes in the top 10, but does kind of highlight the problem with leaving it up to a fan vote.
Yeah, 6th place, Jeremiah Smith.
Interesting. Obviously, he struggled in the first game against Texas. I think that kind of hurt his buzz that he had coming into the season, as high as it was able to respond. Obviously, having a very good season, up to number 6 in the Heisman vote. But he was the name. I think a lot of people, maybe even myself included, thought preseason. If for no other reason that there weren't, at that time we're thinking Drew Aller and Cade Klubnik and Garrett Nussmeier were like the quarterbacks to deal with. If there wasn't so I think part of it was that just there wasn't a standout. But I mean, he was expected to be in the Heisman race. Here he is finishing at 6th. Not a bad year.
All right, Bock, number 7. Let me get back to it. Gunnar Stockton, quarterback, Georgia.
Yeah, you can't look too far down on these guys that have top, or maybe the top player or close to it on the top teams in college football. So he deserves it, and he surprised me a little bit when I watched him in the playoffs last year, and watching them kind of fall from where Carson Beck had him. I was thinking, oh boy, this might not be the kind of lineage of Georgia quarterbacks that they're used to. But I mean, he was able to respond and have a very strong year.
All right, Bock, number 8, Trinidad Chamberlain.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably the story of the year for where he came to help Ole Miss, and they lost their quarterback. He took that spot all the way up to what'd you say, 8th in the Heisman voting. Incredible personal story for him, and deserves to be up in the top 10.
Number 9, Caleb Downs, safety, Ohio State.
More defensive reputation and representation, and a guy that, again, preseason would have been up there. Interesting to see him land in the top 10 here. Tried to pull up his stats here and what he's able to pull off. And part of it, again, is once people know about you as a secondary player, they try to stay away from you. So 60 tackles, 1 sack, 2 interceptions. But a lot of it, again, can just be who he is out there on the field. I didn't necessarily think that he had a strong enough season to finish top 10, but here you are, two top, two defensive players in the top 10.
All right, number 11, the drum roll.
Number 10.
Number 10. There's no 11.
There's no 11.
Gotcha. Number 10, drum roll, Bock.
Is it Emmett Johnson?
Haynes King.
All right.
Georgia Tech quarterback, who I like personally. ACC Player of the Year, ACC Offensive Player of the Year. Great guy, great running quarterback / passing quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why I say, I mean, there's a few people on this list I think maybe should be bolstered up a little bit more. Just 12 touchdown passes to 5 interceptions this past year. This coming off, Haynes King, you can say, well, it's a rushing offense. Partially it is, but he threw for 27 touchdowns a few years ago. But again, a big part of it was his rushing ability this year. 15 touchdowns on the ground, almost 1,000 yards rushing. He is one of those names that I was pointing to, probably would have been a little bit higher on my list, if not for helping lead Georgia Tech. Not to say they don't have talent around him, but I mean, he's a big part of that offense. Obviously, what hurt him in this discussion is losing 3 of their final 4 games.
Yeah, Bock. All right, Bock. That's enough of that Heisman talk.
No Emmett. What do you think about
no Emmett?
No Emmett there, huh?
I don't know, Bock. I'm really not able to speak on this. I wouldn't say it like that, but I wouldn't call it a Heisman year. It's just this is what Nebraska running back's supposed to look like and do. I mean, how many yards he ended up with? 13?
Yeah. Let me pull up his.
I would probably put Emmett in there before Jeremiah Love, because I think he had a better year than Jeremiah Love. I just think Notre Dame name speaks for itself, and that's why he wasn't able to get to number 3.
Yeah,
4.
1,451 yards is what Emmett Johnson will finish with. Remember, he's not playing in the bowl game. 12 rushing touchdowns, 3 receiving touchdowns, and 370 yards receiving to go along with it. I can say for myself, I wasn't surprised not to see Emmett Johnson in the top 10. As you were stating, part of it's kind of the name that you build in national circles, and Nebraska just never able to quite do that. I mean, I think there was a few highlights, maybe the UCLA game, people stayed up and watched that and say, hey, 100 and 100, that's unique, that's impressive. So did have a few games, I think, especially, when they turn on, I can't wait for the draft, because when they turn on his tape and you show some of his highlights, I mean, those jump cuts that he did, breaking like 3 or 4 different tackles on that one play. I mean, he's got the highlights there. He's got the numbers. Just didn't play for a team that made a whole lot of noise nationally, again, in Nebraska, and it didn't have that year leading up to it. I think if he came back, had a similar year next year, probably could be a top 10 Heisman finalist or close to it. But I think all those things working a little bit against him in these discussions. But again, we talk about a meteoric rise. What a jump for him. Remember, just one rushing touchdown last season to where he is this year as on many lists. And we went through, on three and all these different lists of being first team All-American. But it's not like he was surpassed. I do think that Jeremiah Love is, had all that national attention. Kind of maybe drew a little bit more eyes to some of those bigger Notre Dame games that they did lose at the beginning of the season, but Love, it was a national name going in, was in the national championship game last year. So no other running back listed ahead of him. So still a chance for him, Johnson, to be first team All-American here.
All right, Bock, let's go to break. And when we come back, we'll do our pick'ems. I think Bock got 10 games. They're going to be games this weekend and all the way up till Friday, and we'll pick again. But now we got, how many you said we got?
I think we got 9 games.
9 games. So we'll have the pick'ems next. We'll get Kenny halfway, want to jump in through the end of the season. We'll hide in here. Bock and the Black Shirt will be right back.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Put away your sleigh. The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back, and you could be dashing through the snow in a 2025 Ford Bronco, or be one of 5 winners of $1,000. From now until January 20th, just enter non-winning Merry Money Holiday Scratch tickets online for a chance at a new SUV. Bronco is a registered trademark of Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of the sweepstakes promotion. Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals, no more hunting down parts, no more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain in the letter x.com/AI.
Leaves are falling and temperatures are cooling down, but don't put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Winter leagues begin on December 1st and are open for registration. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker Watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate or team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Book a tee time today or learn more at doubleeagle.golf. It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
Put away your sleigh. The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back, and you could be dashing through the snow in a 2025 Ford Bronco, or be one of 5 winners of $1,000. From now until January 20th, just enter non-winning Merry Money Holiday Scratch tickets online for a chance at a new SUV. Bronco is a registered trademark of Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of the sweepstakes promotion. Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
The top-ranked Nebraska volleyball team is trying to play its way to the Final Four in Kansas City. Make your plans now to cheer on the Huskers with a VIP travel experience from Sports Trip and the Nebraska Alumni Association. Travel round trip from Lincoln in a luxury motor coach with free parking, plus an overnight stay at the beautiful Hotel Indigo in Kansas City. See details and register at HuskerAlumniTrip.com. Hurry, spots are limited. Register now at HuskerAlumniTrip.com.
John's Plumbing in Lincoln reminds us no one anywhere is more noble, righteous, selfless, and courageous than our United States Armed Forces. Many of them will not be home for the holidays. Send them a military care package and let them know that they are now and always in our thoughts and prayers. Visit sendacarepacagetoday.com for more information. This from John's Plumbing in Lincoln, family owned for over 22 years. Call 402-475-2599. Merry Christmas.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt, on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7. The Ticket. We are powered
by
Bauer.
Infrastructure.
Bauer.
Underground.
Brad.
Excavating.
Shout out to Bauer Underground out there working hard throughout the Lincoln, Omaha area. Bob, it's that time again. It's time to pick the games. And hopefully the text line does better this time because they're falling out of contention. And I mean it. And I'm not going to be nice to them this week either. I'm applying pressure to everybody. And that guy that hops in halfway through the race. Kenny Wilhite.
That's right. He might have an asterisk next to his name, but he at least
Well, he won't get no asterisk to his name.
No.
I guarantee you that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll be disqualified. That's what it'll have on there.
Why you trying to disqualify me, man?
Well, 'cause I'm not disqualifying you. Box said he may have an asterisk next to his name.
Who, you may or I may?
You will, not me. I will have champion.
Okay, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this might be the most difficult week of all because there's a bunch of games and teams that we might be a little bit less familiar with, but we'll see how it goes. So an opportunity here for folks to maybe catch up to Terrell if he particularly has a bad week. Terrell leading this week, likely to break the 100 victory mark here, 98 and 56 coming in the week. Text line, you're 95 and 59. So right there, just 3 games behind. I'm falling a little bit further, 93 and 61. And Kenny Wilhite again winning that win percentage battle at 61 and 32.
I'm man, Bock. I appreciate you, brother.
Well, there we go. There we go. All right, let's get some music going here as we get it going. There is one regular season game that we have to address first and foremost. That is 6-5 Army at 9-2 Navy. $145 to get into this game.
Navy.
Terrell's picking Navy already. Navy is favored by 6.
Navy.
Kitty's picking Navy. All right. I have some other stats, but it sounds like you guys are ready to move on.
This is all I need to know. Navy.
All right, both going with Navy. I will go with Navy as well. Let's see. Did anybody on the text line respond?
Navy.
Another Navy pick on the text
Navy.
line? Yeah, there you go.
Navy.
I don't overlook Army. Remember, they did
Navy,
beat Kansas State earlier
Bob.
this year. Army
Navy,
beat
Bob.
K-State. That doesn't do
Who?
anything for you. K-State?
Navy.
Yeah. Navy's coming off victory over South Florida and Memphis. So
Yeah.
that'll help a little bit there. All right, let's get into the bowls. We'll start with the couple bowl games on Saturday. Let's start with the Cricket Celebration Bowl. $47 to get in. 9-3 South Carolina State versus 10-3 Prairie View A&M.
Prairie View. Prairie View.
I hate to agree with him, Bach, but I'm going to go with Prairie View A&M also.
Yeah, they don't know nothing about that. See, this is what happens when you don't know nothing about HBCU. See.
The text line make their pick yet?
I don't know about
Still need a pick there. Remind the teams it's Prairie View A&M.
They going with State.
And South Carolina State. Oh, they're looking to make a jump there with South Carolina State.
Yeah, they pretty good, though. I mean,
yeah,
I just like Prairie View better.
I'm going to go with Prairie View A&M as well. All right, let's get to it. Boise State 9-4 against 8-4 Washington in the Bucked Up LA Bowl. Washington favored by 10, $26 to get in.
Washington.
Going Big Ten.
Washington, yes.
Man, I struggled with this one because I wanted to go with the fighting Eric Shenanders because he's the defensive coordinator there. But, yeah, I think I'm going to go with those old Huskies.
Yeah, I like Washington, too. Their quarterback kind of made his name known, Damon Williams, in last year's bowl game. So I think they'll probably be doing something similar here to Boise State. Looks like the text line going with Washington as well. All right, let's go to the bowl games here on Tuesday. 8-5 Troy versus 8-5 Jacksonville State. Troy is favored by 2, $34 to get into the IS4S Salute to Veterans Bowl.
Troy State.
Let's go with Troy. I'm going with Jacksonville State. This is where I think I can make a game up on.
You do.
I'm with you too, Box. I'm going with the game. I'm going with Jack State.
There we go.
Jack State.
There's some
You
Jack
see how
State
Troy
there.
played James Madison, and you want to go that route?
Yeah.
All right.
Lots of Troys on the text line, so
All
Troy
right.
gets it there. Let's head to the Staff DNA Cure Bowl. 9-3 Old Dominion against 9-3 South Florida. South Florida favored by 3.5, $33 to get in. Already a South Florida pick there on the text line.
I'll go South Florida. Did they get a new coach?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Too late now.
Brian Hartline.
That's right.
Yeah. I'll go South Florida. They're gonna play hard for him.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm gonna go with USF also.
All right, we're all going with USF. I think a smart pick there. Let's head to the 68 Ventures Bowl. Louisville versus Delaware. Louisville would be nice. Louisiana versus Delaware. The Raging Cajun against the Blue Hens. Louisiana favored by 3, $11 to get in.
Cheap bowl game. I'll take the Raging Cajun.
I'm going Louisiana as well.
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna follow that train. I'm gonna go Louisiana also.
So I don't think you
Got plenty of Blue Hens there on the text line. The Blue Hens are going with Delaware overwhelmingly, so it's not just one person picking that. All right, let's get to our next bowl game here. Then is you'll like this one, Terrell. This one checks a lot of boxes off for you. The Xbox Bowl. Missouri State versus Arkansas State, a team that you committed to at one point.
Oh, yeah. That's the team Kenny used to coach at, wasn't it, Kenny?
No. It was Southeast Missouri State.
Okay.
But it's interesting that Missouri State just lost their head coach.
Uh-oh. Where'd he go?
They just lost their head coach. Arkansas State had a rough ending to the end of their schedule. Butch Jones had a meltdown. So I'm going with Missouri State on this one, though, even though they lost their head coach.
Wow, there you go. Kenny Wilhite picking Missouri State. I like that info. I like where you're going. I'm going Missouri State, too.
All right. Well, I listen to ESPN. I go Arkansas State.
All right.
53% ESPN.
There you go. Arkansas State is the pick off the text line as well from Old Dad and Unmasked Texter. All right, our final game then for the week, or actually two more. Friday. We'll make our picks next Friday. These will be going on during the day, and then we will pick, of course, for the the evening that night. So we'll have Kennesaw State at 10-3 against 9-4 Western Michigan in the Myrtle Beach Bowl. $48 to get in. Western Michigan favored by 4.
Man, give me that.
Coach of the year, Kennesaw State. Coach of the year, Kennesaw State. I'm going with the MAC boys.
Jumping in.
Just because Kenny went with them, I go Western Michigan. He's not allowed to speak when a Georgia team plays first, so he tried to take my pick.
You're going against them.
Yeah, I'm going against Kennesaw State now.
I think I picked Jacksonville State against Kennesaw State, and it bit me. So I'm going with Kennesaw State, too. I like Kennesaw State in there.
Smart man, Bock. Smart man, Bock.
3 losses for y'all.
Looks like Kmart Steve came in first with Kennesaw State here for the text line as well. So that could be a big game for you, Terrell.
Yeah.
Let's go to our final game there then on Friday afternoon.
Not so fast, my
before we get
friend.
to evening.
Not so fast, my friend. Kennesaw State.
Oh! Late switch.
Okay.
He's playing. He doesn't want to lose that one. All right, fair enough. Can I switch mine now?
Well, you go ahead.
No, I won't. All right, let's get to the final game that we're picking here today. Again, Friday afternoon. The Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl. 8-4 Memphis, 7-5 North Carolina State. The Wolfpack favored by 5, $66 to get in.
I'm going with Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
Beale Street.
There you go. Memphis. I like that pick, too. I've been copying you too much, though, Kenny. I might feel bad if I do that, but I was leaning that way, too. I'm going to go Memphis. Text line. It's going Memphis. Thomas and Lincoln.
If we die, we die. Memphis.
Memphis.
If we die, we all die.
Together, yes.
Yep.
All going down together for those Friday games. So there you have it. But that's our pick this week. Again, bowl season will ramp up, and we'll get into the college football playoff picks starting next Friday.
Yeah, and Mr. Percentage, we'll see you Tuesday if that's what you like to call yourself. Mr. Percentage. Mr. Percentage, are you there?
What'd you say, Farley?
Are you there, Mr. Percentage? I can't hear you.
I'm here to stop hate.
All right. Thanks again for joining us, Kenny. We'll have to catch up with you next week. There's been a lot going on in the Nebraska football world, so we're anxious to hear your thoughts.
All right.
Okay, I appreciate you guys.
All right.
City of Lincoln crew out there working hard today over here. What's up, guys out there? We see y'all over there. All right, Bock, let's go to break, and when we come back, we'll talk more football.
Put away your sleigh. The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back, and you could be dashing through the snow in a 2025 Ford Bronco, or be one of 5 winners of $1,000. From now until January 20th, just enter non-winning Merry Money Holiday Scratch tickets online for a chance at a new SUV. Bronco is a registered trademark of Ford Motor Company. Ford Motor Company is not a sponsor of the sweepstakes promotion. Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through December at Landmark Implement, choose from a 12-month waiver on model year 2023 through 2025 John Deere 6 through 9 series tractors, sprayers, and combines. Or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 6.35% for another 36 months. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details, or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly cloudy skies with a light breeze and an afternoon high of just 34. Tonight, mainly cloudy skies remain with light winds, a low around 16. And tomorrow, a chance of snow in the morning. Otherwise, mainly cloudy skies be breezy and cold with a high of just 17. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher from 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
The top-ranked Nebraska volleyball team is trying to play its way to the Final Four in Kansas City. Make your plans now to cheer on the Huskers with a VIP travel experience from Sports Trip and the Nebraska Alumni Association. Travel round trip from Lincoln in a luxury motor coach with free parking, plus an overnight stay at the beautiful Hotel Indigo in Kansas City. See details and register at HuskerAlumniTrip.com. Hurry, spots are limited. Register now at HuskerAlumniTrip.com.
At Riddle's Jewelry, we know there are moments in life when you realize this is what it's all about. And you wish you could hold on to that feeling forever. This is why we've made jewelry our passion for 65 years. This holiday season, find the perfect gift with savings up to 50%. Riddle's Jewelry, family owned since 1959.
Located in Lincoln at the Gateway Mall.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Coppell Chevrolet GMC, the #1 fastest growing GMC dealer in the Omaha and Lincoln area. We are going to keep this train rolling in a big way with new half-ton and 4x4 pickup trucks starting at $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You heard that right, $12,500 off list price or 0% financing. You pick which one works better for you. Please stop on in the dealership and meet the team or check us out at coppellcars.com. Stock number C280930. All deals with approved credit.
Attention parents of 8 to 12-year-olds. The Lincoln Children's Museum is opening a new exhibit designed specifically with them in mind. Mark your calendars for the grand opening on Saturday, December 13th from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. On site, meet Love Nebraska volleyball players, including Lincoln's own Jordan Larson. Plus, the first 100 kids will receive a mini volleyball. Please note, fans must have a child with them to enter the museum. While you're there, be sure to check out the new Rock Wall, Book Nook, and Maker Studio. This event is free for members or included with regular daily admission. Learn more at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
It's the holiday season. Time for work parties, friend get-togethers, and family gatherings, which means lots of eating. Maybe you think you've perfected your holiday meals, and maybe you have no idea where to even start. Let's fix that right now. No holiday party is complete without Führer's cheese spread. It goes well with any type of cracker, pretzels, apples, chili, vegetable, chips, and of course, it's perfect to pair with wine or beer. Holiday meals aren't complete until Führer's cheese spread is on the table. Find your own container at your nearest local grocery store today.
You're listening to Bock and the Blackshirt on air and online at theticketfm.com.
Welcome back to Bock and the Blackshirt here on 93.7 The Ticket. We're on from Monday through Friday from 1 to 3. All right, Bock. It's almost the weekend, Bock, and it's going to be a cold one Sunday. So,
is it?
Yeah, Saturday is going to be a cold one. So just watch out. It's supposed to be under below zero. Probably Sunday morning when you wake up. Watch your doggies. Farm animals.
Terrible.
Yeah. What you got, Bob?
Well, we do have a gift card to Bar 48 that we're going to give away, so I could set that up. Bar 48 is Lincoln's newest craft cocktail lounge, conveniently located on North 48th Street. Bar 48 offers everything from cocktails, beer, wine, and so much more. Follow Bar 48 on Facebook to stay up to date on their live music performances every Saturday night. Make plans to visit Bar 48 on North 48th Street in the heart of University Place neighborhood today.
All right, Bob. Our question of the day is, what school has the most Heisman winners?
Most Heisman winners. Text in 402-464-5685. The first one with the correct answer will win $25 to Bar 48.
Augie. Hold on, Augie.
No, Augie's wrong.
Augie has it. He has it twice.
Oh, Augie's guessing twice.
Yeah, he put one, then he put the other one. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fair enough. That's a strategy.
Yeah.
And it works.
Augie, he's the winner. USC. USC has 8 Heisman winners. Notre Dame has 7. OU has 7. And Ohio State has 7. Augie, you can come down and get your Bar 48 gift certificate card anytime you want to during business hours.
And, of course, USC has 8. Like you said, Notre Dame, Ohio State, Oklahoma at 7. Reggie Bush's doesn't count, as we always get into. Yes, it does. Remember, it was restored to him. But for a while there, they took it away from him. So, congratulations to Augie. Again, the newest winner, $25 to Bar 48. I'll write all that down so we don't lose your gift card there, Augie. And he says, should have stuck with my gut. So he's just guessing it. He's not Googling. He's guessing and sending in. But, yeah, that's part of the rules. You don't have to be right 100% of the time. You just have to be the first one to be right.
Yeah, that's it. You can answer it 25 million times, but, then it just go the other way. Who is this?
Now, speaking of USC, I don't know what you're looking at there. USC is expected to be forced to leave the Coliseum for the 2028 season. Okay, so that's a little bit away. But because of the Olympic Games, Trojans will likely play their home games at SoFi Stadium. Obviously, there's not an easy comparison for Nebraska here. There's no major, obviously Nebraska went and played in Arrowhead. That's a little bit further of a drive. But what do you think, Terrell? USC playing away from the Coliseum at SoFi could be cool for a season, I think. I love the Coliseum. So
well, they don't fill their stadium up anyway.
Well, right. It doesn't matter.
Good for them. Really I mean, they might as well build a smaller stadium for them in UCLA so they can play in smaller stadiums.
Yeah, well, UCLA is still trying to figure out where they're going to be playing. Of course, they have that deal with the Rose Bowl, but they're trying to get to SoFi too. So that'd be interesting to see. Maybe both teams will play in SoFi for that year. As we look at some of the other things into the future, Georgia and Louisville have mutually agreed to cancel their home-and-home football series in 26 and 27. Additionally, Georgia and North Carolina State have canceled their football series that was slated for 2033 and 2034. Again, if you're asking why, remember the SEC going to those 9-game conference schedules now next season. So more of a reason for Georgia and the other SEC teams to make a little bit of a lighter schedule there. And by the way, you can poke fun and say it's the Bulldogs. They should be taking on the best teams because they're one of the best teams. their 2027 season, had they not canceled this game, would have included their 9-game SEC conference schedule, as well as Florida State, Georgia Tech, and Louisville. So they decided to get rid of Louisville. Still going to be a pretty tough schedule that year.
All right, Bock, as we count down to a couple more weeks till Nebraska play, it feels like we're back in July or something, Bock. We're just waiting for that one little game. And I think is 2 Saturdays from now? 2 Fridays?
The Nebraska game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. But it's on a Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah, so about 2.5 weeks from now.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's a long time.
It is. It's a little bit of time.
Yeah. Bock, ex-Michigan coach Sharon Moore with the court and got charged with home invasion and 2 other charges. Who do you think they would try to get a coach right before the bowl game or after the bowl game? I mean, right now you in desperate need of a head coach, and I don't hear anything about any coaches. I seen a list, but it had a bunch of defensive guys on it. Brian Kelly was number 5 for him. Matt Patricia, Ohio State defensive coordinator.
Okay.
Glenn Schumann, Georgia defensive coordinator. Bryant Hayes, Indiana defensive coordinator. And Jesse Minner, who probably won't leave the Chargers to come back to Michigan. Because I believe if Michigan wants to get away from this, they need to get rid of anybody or everybody who was with Jim Harbaugh. You know what I'm saying? Get his cause and effect out of there, because his name runs through Michigan like poison. So,
It does. I mean, they're still happy that they won a national title throughout the whole thing, but I think you're right. And, Michigan for the longest time, and part of bringing Harbaugh back was more than anybody. I mean, you've got the saying of a Michigan man, right? They want a Michigan man in place. And you might hear similar things, but, a Kentucky man or an Ohio State man, but more often than not, a Michigan man is kind of the saying that gets brought up. So it'll be interesting to see if they kind of go along that route. Like you said, at a certain point, and I think the points here between, Connor Stallion and now Sharon Moore, you had another like privacy. I can't remember what that guy's name was, but Matt Weiss, I think. And I mean, there's just been too many headlines for the wrong reasons. Too many investigations, just too many negative headlines, like I was saying. So I think that it's tough, and we know this, obviously, to move off of a national championship coaching staff to do. And we'll see if they might stick around. Like you said, maybe Jesse Minner is the guy they ultimately go back to if they want to keep that aboard. And it might be tough to go away from it because, Michigan, it took a long time, as we know, between 97 and 2023 to find the right guys and put them in place. So they've been around the block a few times and tried a few different things. So I'm interested to see. I think they might go top name on the board. That always, it could be a good look. The biggest thing that keeps getting flown out there is Kalen DeBoer, and people are wondering, well, are they waiting because DeBoer's in the playoffs? Of course, that didn't stop LSU and Ole Miss from doing business. So it is interesting. DeBoer would be very interesting there. And if Alabama loses to Oklahoma, specifically to start the playoffs, and you lose 4 games if you're DeBoer, didn't he lose 4 in year 1? Or in any case, underwhelmed in year 1, might not be a bad idea to hit the old reset on the job security meter and start anew at Michigan.
All right, Bock. Anything else you got there, my friend?
Yeah, plenty more college football headlines, just kind of smaller headlines to finish off the week. LSU and offensive coordinator Charlie Weiss Jr. have reached an agreement on a 3-year, $7.5 million deal this week. Of course, Charlie Weiss Jr. will be coaching Ole Miss as the offensive coordinator through the playoffs. But with LSU, he's got this $7.5 million deal through 3 years. Of course, that's $2.5 million a year for an offensive coordinator. Good money there. It also includes an annual look-in to always make him the highest paid offensive coordinator in the SEC. That's about as good a deal as you can get, isn't it?
If that's not nepotism, or what in the world is that, Bob?
Well, and yeah, I mean, it has had a lot of success as Ole Miss's offensive coordinator, but hasn't done anything for the LSU school yet. But they're looking forward and moving forward with him. apparently they're not too worried about all that Brian Kelly money that they're going to have to end up paying. Which I figured was the case when it was happening. A couple other news and notes here. Jim Knowles to Tennessee is official. We did talk about that the other day, but now it is official. A 3-year deal that will pay him $2 million in 2026, $2.2 million in 2027, and $2.4 million in 2028 in Knoxville, Tennessee, with the Tennessee Volunteers. So Jim Knowles, again, less than a year ago, the national championship defensive coordinator for Ohio State, has since failed at Penn State and taken the Tennessee job. So a little bit interesting there. A couple other news and notes in college football. The SEC released their schedule. We know what the crazy dates will be for Lane Kiffin next year. September 19th, Lane Kiffin in LSU will be at Ole Miss. That will definitely be one to count down, and people will be circling that on their calendar all summer. November 21st, Kiffin leads LSU to take on Tennessee. Remember, he also has a little bit of a spoiled reputation in Knoxville as well after his one season with Tennessee in 2009. So I thought that was interesting. Along the Bill Belichick front, he has fired his offensive coordinator, Freddie Kitchens, and special teams coordinator, Mike Pfeiffer, after a 4-8 season. So even Bill Belichick, widely regarded as the greatest of all time NFL coach, makes a mistake or two when making his hires for his initial staff. Also, Gophers quarterback, Minnesota, Drake Lindsay, shared with the Gopher podcast that he will indeed be back in 2026. Lindsay, and it's weird again to phrase it this way in college football, but Lindsay has signed his agreement with Minnesota, and of course will be big for PJ Fleck and them in Minnesota moving forward with that. So I thought that was interesting. One final note here from college basketball. John Rothstein stated that if Nebraska wins their first NCAA tournament game in school history, he tweeted, "I will fly to Lincoln and put my credit card on the bar for an hour to throw a happy hour for Nebraska basketball fans." So you heard it here. You heard it there, maybe first, but you heard it here as well. If Nebraska wins a NCAA tournament game, we got to figure out which bar John Rothstein is going to get some free drinks in the celebration.
All right, Bock.
About
That's
does
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah, about does it here.
That's pretty good. Stay tuned for Jay Foreman and Austin Arman and Old School here at The Ticket. Have a great weekend and stay warm. Keep animals warm and check on your loved ones. 93.7 The Ticket. Bock in the black shirt. We'll see y'all Monday.
When a